We expect a lot of love. We don't care about presents. And I was looking for material, and I have so much material, and this is sort of old, but Christmas is an old holiday. I don't know if this was ever printed, but it's a collection of Christmas songs and stuff. We hope you'll like it. The first song, I guess, is English. Actually, it's a poem. This is also titled, I'll Be Poem for Christmas. Get it? So it's poems and song. First, let me read you, no, I'll start it, okay. He that will not merry, merry be with a generous bowl and toast, may he in Bridewell be shut up and fast bound to a poet, no, to a post. Now, you don't know what Bridewell is, do you?
No.
I had to check it out. I remembered vaguely. Bridewell, this is Merriam-Webster's proper noun dictionary. United Kingdom. Successively, a palace, hospital, and house of correction in Blackfriars, London. That's a tube stop now. Hence a generic name for other such institutions where the unemployed, those who refuse to work, and disobedient apprentices were herded under harsh discipline. The London Bridewell was closed in 1863, but soon may be reopened on the Lower East Side. Wait a while. He that will not merry, merry be, with a generous bowl and toast, may he in Bridewell be shut up and fast bound to a post. Let him be merry, merry there, and we will be merry here. For who can know where we may go to be merry another year? Now,
flipping through the pages of time.
Through the pages of this ballad book, we want to get you some another nice little drawing to focus on. There we go. This is Southern. It's written in Southern dialect by a black man. Don't blame me for the dialect. It's kind of works with the dialect, I think. And it's by Paul Lawrence Dunbar. I believe he was an African American. And it's called A Little Christmas Basket. The wind is howling. Dare you to the shutters on the fire and the fire. The snow is saying, gotcha, to the ground. For the winter's weather's come without asking our desire. And he's laughing in his sleeve at what he found. For there ain't nobody ready with their fuel or their food. And the money bag look timid like for show. So we want our Christmas sermon, but we like it if you could. Leave a little Christmas basket at the door. What's the use of telling children about a Sandy or a Nick and the stories that a body always told? When the hearth is gray with ashes and you hasn't got a stick for to warm them when the little toes is cold. What's the use of preaching religion to a man that's starved to death and a telling him the master will provide? If you want to touch his feelings, save your sermons and your breath. Take a little Christmas basket by your side. Tain't the time to open Bibles and to lock your cellar door. Tain't the time to talk of being good to men. If you want to preach a sermon as you never preached before, preach that sermon with a shoat or with a hen. This guy wasn't vegetarian. Being good is heaps sight better than a dallying with sin, and there ain't nobody round that knows it more. But I think that religion's sweeter when it kind of mixes in with a little Christmas basket at the door. You hear that, Bill Clinton? A big Christmas basket next year. We don't want to slight the Jews, so here's our version of the 12 days. On the first day of Hanukkah, my allies... Oh, we better get another picture for this.
Time for another picture. We got other pictures.
I don't know if we got a Jewish picture here, but...
It is?
What?
I got a book of...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess instruments are non-sectarian, right?
Okay, I got
Can we
it.
get that? Are you gonna stay? Be a good book. Be a good book. Stay. Okay. No, it's this one.
Oh, that one. All right.
Yeah.
The other one is a stereotypical...
Jew, right? Yeah, maybe we should.
No,
Maybe we could put it back and forth. That was unintentional. No anti-Semitism on Christmas. On the first day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me a cartridge in an armory. On the second day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me 2 recoilless rifles and a cartridge in an armory. On the third day of Hanukkah, you know, Hanukkah is actually a celebration of Jewish war victory. And, yeah.
Which war was that, Daddy?
It was the war against, one of the wars against the Greeks, and they were running short of supplies, and by God's miracle, the Greeks were saved. No, the Jews were saved because the oil lasted long, but they didn't have, they would have been better off if they had some of these M24s, right? Anyway, on the third day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me 3 bayonets beaming, 2 recoilless rifles, and a cartridge in an armory. On the 4th day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me 4 whirly-birds, 3 bayonets beaming, 2 recoilless rifles, and a cartridge in an armory. On the 5th day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me 5 golden gunboats, 4 whirly-birds, 3 bayonets beaming, 2 recoilless rifles, and a cartridge in an armory. What should be a box of cartridges, shouldn't it?
some cartridges in it. Well, it's
Some, yeah.
440.
On the 6th day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me 6 pipers piping, 5 golden gunboats, 4 whirly-birds, 3 bayonets beaming, 2 recoilless rifles, and a cartridge in an armory. On the 7th day of Hanukkah, my allies, the U.S. gave to me 7 snipers sniping, 6 pipers piping, 5 golden gunboats, 4 whirly-birds whirling, 3 bayonets beaming, 2 recoilless rifles, and a cartridge in an armory. There's only 8 days. There's only 8 days in Hanukkah. See, it's not just the U.S. You'll see. On the 8th day of Hanukkah, my allies gave to me 8 French Mirages, 7 snipers sniping, 6 pipers piping, 5 golden gunboats, 4 whirly-birds, 3 bayonets beaming, 2 recoilless rifles, and a cartridge in an armory. But what we really could use would be some of them smart bombs.
Smart bombs? Maybe
Yeah.
a patriot or two?
Yeah, and if you think this is prejudice, you could recite it for the rejectionist, with the rejectionist front version. You just substitute Ramadan for Hanukkah. You could even make it Greek Orthodox. You could substitute the Red Fleet. You know, the Ukrainians and the Russians were each arguing over who owned the Soviet Navy that's in the Black Sea. I got a solution, you know. They're arguing for years already by now. I think they should cut the boats in half. And give.
Now, there's a biblical...
Okay. The next is a very beautiful thing that I can't do justice to, but I'll try and I'll refer it to you to... it's Dylan Thomas's A Child's Christmas in Wales.
19 minutes left.
19? All right. Let's get another nice
Where's that?
Brit Illis. Brit Illis.
Teddy bears.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Maybe there's... here's... Oh, this is a good one for that. The cover. You know, he invented the classic picture of Santa. Bags of moist and many-colored jelly babies, and a folded flag, and a false nose, and a tram conductor's cap, and a machine that punched tickets, and rang a bell. Once by mistake that no one could explain, a little hatchet and a celluloid duck that made, when you pressed it, a most unduck-like sound, a mewing moo that an ambitious cat might make who wished to be a cow. And a painting book in which I could make the grass, the trees, the sea, and the animals any color I pleased, and still the dazzling sky blue sheep are grazing in the red fields under the rainbow-billed and pea-green birds. And hard-boileds, toffee, fudge, and all sorts, crunches, cracknels, humbugs, glaciers, marzipan, and butterwelsh for the Welsh, and troops of bright tin soldiers who, if they could not fight, could always run, and snakes and families and happy ladders and easy hobby games for little engineers complete with instructions. Oh, easy, easy for Leonardo, and a whistle to make the dogs bark, to wake up the old man next door, to make him beat on the wall with a stick, to shake our picture off the wall. And a packet of cigarettes. You put one in your mouth and you stood at the corner of the street and you waited for hours in vain for an old lady to scold you for smoking a cigarette. And then with a smirk, you ate it. That's A Child's Christmas in Wales by Dylan Thomas. That's been recorded by Dylan Thomas, and that's a wonder to hear. I recommend that highly. Mrs. Franklin P. Adams, FPA. It's old, and it's sort of the way we all feel sometimes. It's called A Ballad of Good Cheer. God rest you, merry gentlemen, or nothing. Sing me a song of Christmas tide, and let the bugles blow. Here we go. Here are some carolers. And let the bugles blow a merry message far and wide across the sleet and snow. Okay, there we go. For though the world be indigo and life be grim and gray, let not your sadness overflow, let nothing you dismay. Though poverty be multiplied by bitterness, and though the human race be terrified of what it needs to know, what matters it if hope be low and love have flown away? What though the night be leaden slow, let nothing you dismay. Though greed and avarice and pride and patriotic show and universal suicide yearly but greater grow, hang holly high and mistletoe, come dance and drink and play, come Cupid, draw your deadly bow, let nothing you dismay. Prince, though my soul be sick with woe, here comes the Christmas day, sing though it break the heart, hi-ho, let nothing you dismay.
You don't look anything in there. You don't worry about breaking it back.
Well, I don't want to waste time looking for something good. I might as well just do what we have here. Let's do this one. It's a man hurrying along. I think he's either skating or shopping. This is actually this is a paean now to a paean to shopping. Shop to the The Herald Tribune was a paper that was probably better than the New York Times in its attitude and its politics. It's sort of the equivalent of Newsday today. Hark, the Herald Tribune sings, you should buy a lot of things. Prices high, the credit's low. How about a feast to go? Joyful all ye kiddies wise, Star Wars terrors from the skies. They're still sending space probes into the... They're still continuing with the idiot Star Wars show. Full-page color ads proclaim you should buy this killing game. TV color ads proclaim kill and clobber in his name. TV color ads proclaim kill and slobber in his name. Oh yeah, war toys are still popular. Here's can we get this? This is a wonderful page of young would-be killers. Some of them are, a lot of this stuff, these are actually real. That's a great one there. This was done in the 60s. Can you read that? And see, it's a Marine toy. He seems to have done something to the poor boy. Can you read that?
The war times in the U.S. have shot up 600% since
1982.
According to the Washington-based Center for Defense Information, last year the war toy industry was worth more than $1 billion and sold more than 318 million war toys accessories, roughly 5 per child.
And going up. It's good business. Here are some other kids here. You see there's a kid playing with a gun. There's a Syrian kid there's a Japanese kid, a Melanesian kid, and there's a Hitler kid. And you're Russian.
Oh, yeah.
Now, a lot of us are far away from home. And here's a nice one here on the right. This is written by the grand old imperialist, good writer, Rudyard Kipling. He was an Indian man, you know. He was born in India. His parents were Indian servants of the crown, rulers of the white man's burden and all of that. And this is about Christmas. This is called Christmas in India. Tamarisk, that's some sort of evergreen, I think. I imagine it to be a little, some sort of, something like a fern, looking like a fern with all that fractal kind of stuff. Dim dawn behind the tamarisks. The sky is saffron yellow as the women in the village grind the corn. And the parrots seek the riverside, each calling to his fellow, that the staring Easter day is born. I guess this is tropical, okay. Oh, the white dust on the highway. Oh, the stenches in the byway. Oh, the clammy fog that hovers over earth. And at home, they're making merry 'neath the white and scarlet berry. What part have India's exiles in their mirth? Full day behind the tamarisk, the sky is blue and staring as the cattle call a field beneath the yoke. And they bear one o'er the field path who is past all hope or caring, to the ghat below the curling wreaths of smoke. They're burning dead. Call on Rama, going slowly as you bear a brother lowly. Rama, Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Krishna. Call on Rama, he may hear perhaps your voice. With our hymn books and our psalters, we appeal to other altars. And today we bid good Christian men rejoice. High noon behind the tamarisk, the sun is hot above us, as at home the Christmas day is breaking wan. They will drink our healths at dinner, those who tell us how they love us, and forget us till another year be gone. Oh, the toil that knows no breaking, oh, the Heimweh, ceaseless aching, oh, the black dividing sea and alien plain. Youth was cheap, whereof we sold it. Gold was good, we hoped to hold it. And today we know the fullness of our gain. That man was bitter, bitter. Actually, this would be a good poem for the Gulf or Somalia. Huh? Gray dusk behind the tamarisk, the parrots fly together as the sun is sinking slowly over home. And his last ray seems to mock us, shackled in a lifelong tether. that drags us back, however far we roam. Harder service, poorer payment, she is ancient tattered raiment. India, she the grim stepmother of our kind. Then get the fuck out. If a year of life be lent her, if her temple shrine we enter, the door is shut, we may not look behind. We know you only went to serve, actually. Actually, not in the, actually in the kind of agricultural sense. The British went there to serve India.
Get served.
Well, to get served and to serve them the way a bull serves a cow, right? Black night behind the temple. They left them a great legacy. How come they had 200 years that they couldn't solve the Hindu-Muslim problem? Maybe they contributed to it. They had a good thing going.
Well, it's only been going on about 1,500 years.
Yeah, that's true, but they didn't do anything about it. Black night behind the tamarisks. The owls begin their chorus. As the conchas from the temple scream and bray, with the fruitless years behind us and the hopeless years before us, let us honor, oh my brother, Christmas Day. Call a truce then to our labors. Let us feast with friends and neighbors and be merry as the custom of our caste. For if faint and forced the laughter, and if sadness follow after, we are richer by one mocking Christmas past. Aren't we all? Richer or poorer? I don't know if you do shopping today. I think you'd be more poorer.
Well, it's to the British advantage for it to increase strife between Hindus and Muslims, take the tension off of their own empire.
Well, lest we forget, the poor white imperialist burden. So how much more time do we got?
We're now 23 minutes in, 6 minutes later.
All right, I think we'll do it. Now is the sing-along.
Okay, all right.
And you at home, I want everybody, and Lanny is going to sing along. Okay, you'll all remember the tune. It was Christmas in the workhouse, happiest day of all the year. And the paupers was contented, 'cause their guts was full of beer. The master of the workhouse, he strode through the dismal halls. Yes, he cried, "A Merry Christmas," but the paupers answered, "Balls." Yes, he cried, "A Merry Christmas," but the paupers answered, "Balls." Then angry was the master, and he swore by all the gods that they'd have no Christmas pudding. The lousy bunch of sods, upspake an aged pauper, his hate was hot as brass. "You can take your Christmas pudding, sir, and stick it up your arse." Yes, take your Christmas pudding, sir, and shove it up your arse. Boy, they had spirit, those inmates, those comrade inmates.
Well, it's going on today, blaming poverty on the poor, huh?
Well, if it wasn't for the poor, there wouldn't be any poverty, would there?
That's right, or rich either.
This is by Thomas Hardy. The
Hardy Boys. Oh.
it's set in set in the country. You know, he came from the province, the county. I forget which county. He called it Wessex, but it's in the southwest of England. And it's called The Oxen. And the last verse of Barton is a farmyard, and the Coombe is a small valley. And it's a kind of it's not an ironic poem, I'm afraid. Sorry. Christmas Eve and 12 of the clock. Let's get a final photo, I have one here, I think.
Alright.
That isn't particularly appropriate. All right, well, let's see. Let's do this one. Yeah, let's just do this one. Let's just do these three people here. They're real people, and I think it's probably like the people he was writing about. Christmas Eve and 12 of the clock. Now they are all on their knees. An elder said as we sat in a flock by the embers in hearthside ease, we pictured the meek, mild creatures where they dwelt in their strawy pen, nor did it occur to one of us there to doubt they were kneeling then. So fair a fancy few would weave in these years, so fair a fancy few would weave in these years. Yet I feel if someone said on Christmas Eve, come, see the oxen kneel in the lonely barton by yonder coombe our childhood used to know, I should go with him in the gloom, hoping it might be so. Okay, let's do a little trip through the rest of the illustrations here.